In this lesson, you're going to learn about the importance of having clean hands. Yeah, we all know how to wash our hands, right? Sorry, you're wrong. One study showed that more than 90% of people don't wash their hands properly after using the toilet. Over 10% had as many germs on their hands as a dirty toilet bowl. Gross! The purpose of good hand hygiene is, of course, to prevent food getting contaminated by your hands. Correct hand washing and drying is the answer. Germs and dirt on your hands can contaminate food by you touching the food directly or indirectly by you touching other things that the food will come into contact with. For example, benches, knives, chopping boards and plates. This can happen even if you're wearing food gloves. The golden rule is always wash and dry your hands properly. Before starting work where unwrapped ready-to-eat food is handled, after you touch raw food such as raw meat and unwashed vegetables, before you touch unwrapped ready-to-eat foods, before putting on gloves and after removing them, after you cough or sneeze, and of course after you use the toilet. First, clean under each fingernail using warm running water, soap and a nail brush. Next, wash your hands with warm running water and soap, rubbing vigorously front, back and between your fingers. It's important that you keep washing for around 20 seconds, and a common suggestion is to sing the happy birthday song twice through. Happy birthday to you, you know the thing. Finally, dry your hands thoroughly, front, back and between fingers. Use lots of energy and friction. The most common drying method is to use paper towels, but the FCP allows other methods for hand drying. Check these out: single-use roller towel or an air blower. Single-use towels are critical, as any multi-use hand towel will only just put more germs back on your hands, wasting your time. If you use gloves, remember, they're not a substitute for hand washing. If you do use them, you must change them between tasks, such as after handling raw food and before you handle ready-to-eat foods. Gloves are no guarantee you will protect food from cross-contamination. Just like bare hands, they can transfer harmful germs from raw food or dodgy stuff like unclean boards or money onto ready-to-eat food. Also, your hands need to be washed before gloves are put on and again when you take the gloves off. Having unclean hands whilst wearing gloves can lead to skin infections. Check your FCP for your business's policy regarding glove use. It may state that gloves are only worn for specific uses, for example, handling raw meats, when your hands have plasters covering cuts or sores, when preparing or serving ready-to-eat food, and handling the food is unavoidable. Hand hygiene requires that your fingernails should be kept short and clean. Hand jewellery should not be worn if you are working with unwrapped food. If a workmate doesn't follow correct hand hygiene, talk to them and find out why. It's important that you should also advise your supervisor there's a problem. Remember, food contaminated by unclean hands is a significant factor causing customers to become sick. Your supervisor may need to go over correct hand washing procedure, provide a wash hand basin at a more convenient location, change the type of hand cleaning materials, provide information such as a poster above the basin. If the problem is a lack of soap and hand towels, you need to make sure supplies are renewed. Advise your supervisor about this. Your supervisor should note in the FCP diary if someone wasn't washing their hands correctly, what the problem was and what corrective action was taken. Ask if this is being done.